everybody. I'm Christine Schiavone, and our show is Spiritual Exploration. This is the show we all wait for every year, and we're here again. I'm here again with Deborah Rose, our astrologer and medium. Hey, Deborah, how you doing?
Hi, Chris. Good.
And she's going to give you the predictions for 2015. Now, I got my pen and paper, and I hope that you will have your pen and paper so that when we get to your sign, you can jot down all the things you can expect in 2015 and see what happens. So I'm going to give it over to Deborah now, and you're going to hear very little, if anything, from me for the rest of the show. So take it away, Deborah.
Thank you so much, Chris. Great to be back here again. Okay, everybody, this is such a long show, and we've had to really cut down on the information here, so I'm just going to get started. I'm going to get going here. We're going to start out our first sign tonight, predictions for 2015. We'll start with Aries. All right, so Aries, let's take a look at love for a little bit here. We're going to take advantage of Jupiter in Leo. You're a fire sign, and your fellow fire sign is being ruled right now by Jupiter, the planet of great abundance and good happenings. You have this until August 11th, 2015. It's lighting up your solar fifth house of love, creativity, children, and the ability to play, even as an adult. Jupiter's going to join Leo and Venus. Venus and Leo. That will be June 5th to July 18th and July 31st until October 8th. This is when love takes center stage. A moment of intrigue, Aries. There are 4 eclipses in 2015. The solar eclipse on March 20th in Pisces falls right in your 12th house of secrets. Some Aries are going to be involved in love affairs that are, let's say, best kept secret. Know this ecliptic love often comes to light with these aspects. And since your house of secrets lights up other areas, you can be affected in many different parts of life. So be careful with all of this abundance and love this year. You know, Aries can be very impulsive. So think a little bit, and then think about who you might be involved with also. You might be rather quiet, but maybe your partner isn't. The lunar eclipse on April 4th falls in your solar 7th house of Libra. So this year, you can awaken to a new love, or actually partnerships of any kind. Partnership can be business, it can be social, it can be romance. The year is filled with attraction and magnetism. And a small part of your world during the first 6 months of 2015 will be taken up by not only new love, but old love also. Old loves resurface because Aries, or people often with the moon in Aries, Aries rising, Venus in Aries, Mars in Aries, all of those love planets, oftentimes you look back and you go, oh, damn, how come I didn't see that? How come I didn't see who that person was? So old loves can also resurface. You might be chasing them around saying, hey, wait, I didn't recognize who you were. And also know that intrigue, the secret, the exciting, might have captured you for a little bit, and oh well. Sometimes Aries is often caught up in the beauty of something or someone and not in the depth. So if you're going for the gold, you might have to look deep as well as on the surface. Someone beautiful, but also beautiful inside. And that's not that easy to find for you, Aries. You can be rather impulsive. The 5th house also rules children. So some Aries may be expanding their families, or this year, your children will take a front seat in your life. They will become a priority. They may need a little bit more of your time. It's also a wonderful time to open up to creative pursuits. Did you want to start guitar lessons? Did you always want to play the piano? Did you want to join a choir? Were you a painter? Were you a craftsperson? Anything creative. Creative could be thought. You could be a writer. You could be a thinker. You could be a philosopher. Whatever it is. Some people find education creative. Whatever it might be. It's time for new beginnings, and it's time this year, Aries, to play a little bit. Aries is a strong sign, and you are ready for success this year, business success, new opportunities. But one of the things I hear Aries saying is, Don't tell me what to do. Don't restrict me. Don't control me. So you're going to see many Aries rather rebellious this year, kind of saying, don't fence me in. Your independence is strong. Your entrepreneurship is strong. And this is a year to network, get out, let your ideas be seen and known, let your creativity blossom, and you're going to have a fabulous year because for most of 2014, you've been really working hard. Some of you started new businesses in 14. Some of you are completing old in order to move to the new. Well, good for you, because this is going to be a year of love and success. So there's Aries. I'm going to give you a little bit of a warning, too. Saturn's returning to Scorpio June 14th through September 17th. You're going to reflect on your losses, things that you kind of messed up, friendship, marriages, business partnerships. It's not been all fun and games, but what is lost will be replenished. You know, I always tell people the universe hates a void. So if the universe took something away from you, know that if you stay positive and you learn the lessons of the past and you release the pain, then something new will fill that space. But you've got to do all of those things. And one of the ways to heal also, Aries, is I would like you to take a look at your dreams, your intuition, your gut feelings. Not only will they show you the future, they'll help you heal the past. Keep a dream diary also, that might help you. And yoga, meditation, anything that moves you inside. Aries and money. Aries loves to spend money. You can have it this year. You can have security. You can have extra money. There could be a dream job or a big business. Just be careful with health. Fire signs this year and last year, 2013, 2014, early 2015, have been very stressy. Diet, make sure it's balanced. Exercise, rest. I think your sore points this year will be your knees, your teeth, your bones, your head. So keep an eye on that. All right, now we're going to move on to the next sign, which is Taurus. Okay, Taurus has been, for the past, let's say 3 years, in the middle of some very, very heavy relationship issues. They've been brewing for probably 3 to 4 years, maybe since 2011, 2012. Some people are divorced. Some people are getting divorced. And you know Taurus is an earth sign, so security, money matters an awful lot to you. You're not about to just get yourself free like a fire sign would be. A fire sign would be out of there. You're going to make sure that you get your worth out of the divorce, out of whatever pain you might have been in. Divorce doesn't have to be legal. Divorce can be emotional. So a lot of you are still going through that. Some of you are getting used to being divorced, setting up a new life. In 2014, some of you may have gotten a new job or started to find out who you are, where you might like to grow. You are growing your dreams. You're growing yourself up. You're standing on your own 2 feet, and you're trying to become independent. That's rather frightening for Taurus, who's an earth sign. Some of you are searching for new relationships, new loves. Others are trying to free themselves to find love. This is a year for Taurus to soul search in love. Who am I now? What do I want to be involved in? What type of person would I like to be with? I will tell you this, whomever you might like to be involved with now would be nothing of the person that you might have been involved with 5 years ago. So you don't even have a background to say, well, my ex-husband or my ex-girlfriend is like this. You're going to change completely. You've learned a lot of lessons from your past relationships. So you'll also discover yourself through your friends, your family, and those who support you this year. Part of your soul searching also is going to be, do I go back to school? Do I learn a trade? Do I take classes? Do I get certification? Keep the faith and seek training, learning, and education in whatever you like. It doesn't matter what it is. Follow your heart, follow your soul. It's a lesson you must trust. And be very careful this year, Taurus, with questionable investments. If it sounds too good, well, then it probably is. And when it comes to money, Taurus can be very instinctive. So listen to that gut when it comes to possible investments. There could be some drama. There are a few squares from Jupiter to Leo, and that might revolve around home, family, expansion, moving, renovations. All of these things are possible this year. You'll make it through. You have to make some wise choices here also. Make sure we don't get pregnant. Don't let one of the expansions be you're trying to get out of a marriage and you happen to get pregnant again. So be careful for that. That's possible. But new friends, new loves can come to you this year. It's take your time to get to know people. Please take time. Weak relationships, negative people, all of these bad marriages, bad friendships, they're going to collapse. If you need help, run to the professionals that can help you iron things out. Psychological professionals, legal professionals, if you're involved in renovation or building of a home, the people that would be doing that job, contractors and engineers, make sure you have good people around you to help you move forward. You're going to bring in new loves, most possibly around September 13th or September 22nd this year, 27th rather, sorry. Those are eclipses, one solar, one lunar. And during that time also, you might be surprised by secrets you find out. You might be surprised by what people reveal to you or what kind of pops out of a struggle. So if you have a new love in your life now, no commitment until after October, let's say. Finances and the struggle will continue until the fall. And once the fall hits, we'll be able to begin to work things out. Health, you need to think of health as a mind, body, spirit thing. So many personal issues have been going on for so long, and so many people have been affecting your life. Keep the mind strong, learn to forgive, and then learn to let go. Ladies, keep a check on your female health, your hormonal issues. Males, do the same. Pregnancy will need some nurturing along if you do get pregnant this year. It could be a little bit tricky, or you might need some professional help there also. We're going to go to the next sign, and that would be Gemini. And let's take a look at love. Well, there are some wonderful opportunities here, Gemini, for love. It's possible that friends, families, hobbies bring in a new love or even deepen an existing friendship or relationship. A best friend, a soulmate, a playmate, all of these things are possible this year. It's also possible to heal the wounds of the past this year. Whatever opportunity comes to you, wherever there is a missing link, take everything that you can this year to make your life better, to release your heart, to play, to grow. You need intelligence, you need adventure, you need a good heart in a mate. You're challenged to find that. But this year, Geminis can find that. You know, Geminis are so restless, they are so difficult to pin down. Sagittarius is considered the bachelor of the zodiac. But Sagittarius,
Hit your phone.
it is. But Sagittarius can't be pinned down. We're going to let the music take us off here a little bit. We're going to stop for a
I thought
moment.
you turned it off.
I know, I did too. I think Frank is playing with the phone.
You think so?
I am.
Thanks,
We
Frank.
have a spirit here that has been visiting us. He actually used to be one of the people who worked and produced and had been part of CTV. And when I got here today, I said, "Oh my goodness, Frank is rather active." And as you can see, Frank is rather active.
Yeah,
and-
we thought you turned the phone
That's
off.
right. I sat right here and turned them
It's
off.
got to be Frank.
Has to be. I hope he's had his fun.
No more now, Frank.
No more
okay?
Frank. Okay, so again, we were talking about the type of person that you look for, Sagittarius being the bachelors and the bachelorettes of the zodiac. Well, Gemini can't be pinned down. So oftentimes Gemini will go through many, many relationships, or you just can't capture them. Gemini, this year you might be captured, and it might be by somebody with a fun-loving soul, an adventurer, very intelligent, and someone who can give you a little bit of your own medicine. So success in career, business, career. You guys have been working so hard through 2014, and you're going to finally receive your rewards in 2015. Early in the year, love and friendship will support you as you're still putting in a lot of hours. You're still putting in a lot of creativity. And you've got to balance that with all of these new people that are coming into your life. After August 11th, 2015, we're going to turn towards home and family. We're going to be doing renovations. We're going to be moving. We're going to be changing the place that we live in. If you have any doubts about anything real estate, buying, building, make sure you call in a trusted professional. Also you too, particularly with real estate. March 20th, the eclipse will support career changes. April 4th, it's going to highlight love and friendship. September 13th, you're going to get to thinking and rethinking home and family. September 27th, focus on relationships. Let go of old hurts in love and in business. Free yourself. Do the right thing by yourself and others. You'll feel a lot better for it. Health. Be careful with your lungs, sinus, anything with the head, eyes, teeth, and nose. Your mental health is on the chopping block. Stay positive. Seek help when needed. Explore spirit. Explore anything that will support you in a positive manner. We're going to move on to the next sign, that being Cancer. Cancer has been lucky in a sense. Over the past couple of years, they've been very challenged by the Pluto oppositions. And you'll see Cancer as a very stoic, very strong sign. Now, they're soft and they're kind and they're good. But when you put their back to the wall, they're a cardinal sign. They can stand up. And bravo for you, Cancers, that have been standing up. The end of the year, October, November showed you a Mars-Pluto conjunction at the end of 2014, where you feel like you were just so very challenged. Well, hang in there, because 2015 is going to become a kinder year for you. You're going to be able to stand up, dust yourself off, and go forward. A little bit of tension continues until August 11th, 2015. And then you get lucky. Money, material things, finances, even your luck, the way you feel, a boost in your health. Seek promotions, seek increases. Be careful, though, about overdoing it, overindulging, releasing stress. Just balance, Cancer, balance. The eclipse on March 20th is going to touch you with a bit of wanderlust. You're going to want to travel. You're going to want to escape. You're going to want to be adventurous. Let April 4th, the next eclipse, bring up questions and balancing acts between home and career. September 13th, bills, paperwork, check on bank balances, check on theft, credit, fraud. Take a look at your money and your paperwork. September 27th, we may throw that phone right out of the studio shortly. September 27th, express yourself. There might be tensions between career, family, what you do, what others do, what you have to do for yourself. Family and friends this year are going to lean on you. Let's look deeply into finances this year. Rebalance and seek help where needed. Health looks like many people need to clean up diet. We need new diet, exercise. We need to find ways to manage stress. Chris, I think that jacket can go too. There's one in the jacket. We need to find ways to clean up your stress. You're dealing with stress probably from the past 6 or 7 years. It's building up. For those women that are pregnant, you might even need support with pregnancy. So this is a much greater year to honor yourself, honor your body, and remember, Cancer being a water sign, when they feel good from the top of their head to the bottom of their feet. When they feel bad all over also. So let others help you. Um, Find balance in family, friends, loved ones. And for you, a new word, freedom. That's not often something you crave. You like security. So good for you, Cancer. The next sign is Leo. Leo, happy, generous, bubbly, life of the party Leo. Some of you may have been working so hard, passionate and fiery that you are. You've been tested. 2015, well, it's finally going to bring a payoff for you. In finances and in whatever you've been working on, many of you have been rebuilding careers, starting your own businesses, putting time into new relationships, raising your children. Anything that you're passionate about now will get rewarded. You need to be seen as a leader. You need to be admired. You need to be tended to. Be open in how you feel this year. Communicate more. Be open with those around you. You tend to take on a lot of grief for other people so that they can have a better life. It's time to balance, Leo. It's time to know that you're loved. We all know that you're generous and you're kind. But we also know that you're human. Family is going to need attention and support this year. You will be there for them. You will have the strength to do that. Many people are going to add to their families. You're going to have a child. You're going to buy a pet. You might buy both. But there are two opportunities to add to family, both pets and children. June 5th to July 18th, July 31st, and October 8th. Love and love type of themes awaken. Also rewards for hard work. You've been proving yourself in jobs, in many areas of business. You've been learning, growing, educating yourself. Well, prepare for a payday. Money comes in, status comes in, and when it comes, it will come in a very big way. But remember this, Leo. Leo loves to celebrate large. Take some money and put it away. Expansion abounds. Mind, heart, creativity, love. Know your worth. You can finally convince others of your worth now also. If you felt like you were undervalued this year, you come to the fore. You're stepping center stage. Many Leos this year will become engaged and marry. Again, in a Leonian type of way, it's going to be quite an affair. March 20th, the eclipse, love, money, partnership, and marriage is highlighted. April 4th, love, marriage, and communication is highlighted. Connect with siblings this year, particularly those at a distance. You might have brothers and sisters that live at a distance from you. You don't get to see or speak with them much. Make sure you give them some attention, particularly in the April time frame around that eclipse. September 13th, some financial situation really needs to be reorganized. Balance credit, loans, mortgages, salaries if you're an employer. Take a look at that. September 27th, long distance travel, learning, tests, schooling. All of these things are highlighted. Health, let's take a look at health. Quality food, the proper portions, rest, exercise, working out. Spiritual studies are highly recommended. Meditate, stretch, and take vitamins. You've been stressed for a very long time. And Leo rules the heart, by the way, the circulatory system, the heart, and the spine. So that's why we say stretch also. Tension tends to lock down the bones and the structure. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next sign, which is Virgo. What does Virgo do? They're ruled by Mercury, and they tend to see the details. They tend to see the little things. They're very good at the fine-tuning, but they need to see the big picture. So they gather facts, information, they analyze. They're very calculating. But this year, Jupiter and Venus have been in your 12th house of secrets. Hidden things may come to light this year. Stress and anger on your part could be part of this equation. With Jupiter in the 12th house, all is not lost, but letting go of the past is a must. You also need to focus on truth. Be truthful to yourself, be truthful to others. Learn how to let go. Now, you would think a mutable earth sign could do that, but this year, for some reason, it might not be that easy. After August 11th, many of you are going to make changes in your appearance with all of the stress that you go through in the early part of the year. I want you to be careful with weight. Keep your foods and alcohol under control. Virgo is usually extremely particular with their diet, but this year things could get away from you. Because of the mercurial nature of Virgo, many of them have addiction issues. This year, due to frustrations, addictions can expand. It's much better to go to a therapist, to take a yoga class, to learn how to meditate, than it is to beat up your body or create more stress by not knowing what to do. So Virgo, take care of yourself in positive and powerful ways. Some Virgos this year are thinking about promotions or going back to work. I like that. It's good timing. Take your time. New business ideas, they'll pop up. Propositions from people you know, those things can come along. The March 20th eclipse, your eyes may open about a relationship that you're in right now. You may see your partner in a different light, and it could very well be because they see you in a different light. April 14th, the lunar eclipse is set off in a big way, especially involving partners, other people. There are going to be some aha moments, and there could be some endings after those aha moments. September 13th will have you making changes once again in personal appearances. Now remember, March 20th eclipse, you begin to think about what you're going to do, whatever that might be. September 27th, you're seeking support in money and self-worth. Health, mental health, stress, that's the big issue this year. And all of your stress could go to the stomach or the intestines this year. So keep a watch and a check in those areas. Libra, the next sign, Libra. Venus and Jupiter in your solar 11th house, friends, hopes, goals, and wishes. It's been about 6 months in 2014 where this influence has already been in play, so this will be familiar to you. This is going to continue until August 11th, 2015. Stay away from gossip. Don't get caught in other people's nonsense and gossip. Gossip abounds. And that was a 2014 theme, and not a very good one, by the way. The conjunction of Mars and Pluto had those that vibrate to those levels very negative. Words, thoughts, destroying reputations. Pluto, the great destroyer, or the transformer. Mars, the god of war, have been in conjunction in Capricorn. Now, what does that mean? Capricorn rules the 10th house of reputation. There are those souls that have a lot to learn that have been destroying other people's reputations. Well, this year, retribution abounds. Libra, don't be one of those people sitting on the sidelines, getting involved with the wrong people, those that will have karma to pay later. Libra kind of likes to be like Switzerland. If one person is on the rise, they'll say, oh, you're my friend. And if the other person is going down, they'll say, oh, you're not my friend. Don't do that, Libra. Stay in the middle. Be like Switzerland. This year, the temptation and the fun of gossip may have captured you. You'll find out if you made a mistake by mid-year. It's time, Libra, to quit smoking. It's time to let go of sugar. It's time to lose weight. It's time to get healthy. Whatever you've been putting off as far as your body, your health, and your mind, it's time, and the time is now. And the aspects in the chart say there's no time to waste. You're not going to get another reprieve. It's not another year. I'll quit smoking next year. I'll go on my diet next year. No, your health or health decisions or tests will show you that the time is right now. Also, Libra tends to sit on a fence and not make decisions. Make positive decisions this year, Libra, also. Those Libras looking for love will find it. It may knock you off your feet, as a matter of fact. You might pull in a very strong partner to whom family is important, that you'll appreciate them for their strong mind, their backbone, their support, and their moral character. March 20th, the eclipses, friends, love, changes in profession, new hires abound. April 4th, physical makeovers are highlighted. The body, pampering, massage, taking care, taking new vitamins, getting some type of new regime as far as your physical self. This is highlighted. September 13th, don't be tempted to get involved in secret anything. Secrets of others, secrets of yours, stay away. September 27th, there's a debate once again in the spring about new opportunities, new beginnings. Work hard, stay focused. It's a very, very good year for investing and growing things. Keep up on your medical checkups. You will have tests this year. Reduce stress, exercise, and when you have the opportunity to let go and heal, Libra, do so. Remember, your sign is all about balance. Take advantage of the good aspects that are coming in this year. Scorpio, we're going to move on to the sign Scorpio. Jupiter in your 10th house. Maybe you've had a dream or desire in career. You're slow and steady, usually in how you attain your goals. That's the path you're going to be going on this year, except at the end of 2014, a doorway may have opened anytime from end September on. And I believe many Scorpions rushed through that door, and here you are, changing, growing, building, ending, and beginning anew. You know, Scorpio rules transformation, and this is your year to really come about. If there are crises that you must handle, you have the strength. You're very graceful this year, and you can handle the most daunting task with grace and dignity. Never choose the lower scorpionic energies of negativity or anger or manipulation. Let's stay away from that. Be the phoenix that rises from the ashes rather than the scorpion that stings. You're going to be spending more this year, particularly from September forward of 2015. New business opportunities, new partnerships, new love relationships, all of these things are highlighted. Many Scorpios are going to begin their own businesses this year. Pisces in your 5th house. Now, you're always looking for love. You're always looking for adventure. But don't get yourself involved in secret affairs. Scorpio rules the 8th house of sex, and oftentimes you get yourself involved just for the mere thrill of it. Well, this year, the payday for having a little fun on the side or in secret could be rather large. So be careful, Scorpio. This is sort of your Achilles heel. This is where intrigue can grasp you.
Seems like Scorpio's always getting in trouble.
Oh, I tell you that. That's why there's so much fun. Thank you for getting rid of the magic phone, by the way. I appreciate that. We'll have to have a talk with Frank later. New groups of friends for Scorpio, even politics. That will come to you this year. New opportunities. You may not want to run for anything. You may not want to be on a committee, but people might seek you out. Think about it, Scorpio. New friendships and some fun could come out of it, not just responsibility. Stress needs to be managed this year. Through all the change and all the growth and all the newness, make sure you balance your body, your mind, your spirit. You are a water sign. And although you're very strong, everything does tend to sit somewhere in the body. So I'm going to say this too. This year you need nutritional support. Be careful with your blood pressure. And spiritual work this year will help you manage a lot of these health conditions and stresses. March 20th, it's a time to play. It's a romantic time. It's time for creativity and fun. April 4th is a time to retreat, rethink, reorganize, so that you're ready to come out and rock and roll again in May. September 13th brings new friends and possibly political connections. September 27th will bring secrets or secret romances to you. Careful, Scorpio. Okay, now let's move on to the next sign, Sagittarius. Dear Sag, well, life is going to get a whole lot better. The past few years, many Sagittarians have had their back put to the wall. Life has been horrific for some of you. It's been a test of mind, body, and soul. There's been some unfairness done to you. And you know, Jupiter has everything to do with fairness, right? So this would drive Sagittarius a little bit crazy. Pluto, the great transformer, or the great destroyer in your life, has splintered your life. But now it's going to help you put it back together. By midsummer on, life will improve. Love, friendship, your life comes back to you. Everything lost will come back, and in full swing. Finances improve. Love may begin. You know, Sag loves their freedom. And as I had said while we were doing Gemini, Sagittarians are the bachelors and bachelorettes of the zodiac. It'll be damn hard to get one of them to the altar. But this year, it's very possible, Sagittarius, that you might finally meet your match. Someone witty, someone independent, someone very intelligent, very creative, an adventurous soul. They might cross your path, particularly from April on. New love for you, Sagittarius. And say goodbye to those that didn't see your worth. In the end, they're the ones who might say, oh, I think I might have missed something. Many of you have also been under attack of the egos of other people. Sagittarius makes life look easy. They're always full of wanderlust. They're always full of adventure. You could throw them off a building and they pick themselves up and walk out of the hospital and say, okay, what's next? Oftentimes that brings jealousy to you. Over the past 2 years, I believe that's one of the things you may have suffered. Well, let's pick yourself up, dust yourself off, because here comes the adventure. And you'll leave them gossiping and gagging in the background as you move on to new, bigger, better, and brighter things. Grace and dignity pay off. Some Sagittarius are going to be having babies this year. Others give birth to new relationships or a new you. Whatever it is, these new beginnings, all of them are blessings. Sag makes a fun-loving parent, by the way. Education, schooling, travel, all of these things are highlighted, inspiring, invigorating, entertaining, moving, renovating, all part of the options this year. It could be a new home, could be a new area, could just be a brand new house. Financial difficulties involving others or joint finances or loans might come up this year. So save up, pay up, and get rid of the past. Diet, health issues, and prolonged stress will surface. Functional medicine is the way to go, as well as holistic medicine. The head area may need attention. Maybe the dentist, maybe the ears, maybe the sinuses, whatever it might be. Be careful also, Sag, with overindulgence. It could be a time to lose weight. It could be a time to rebalance your health. It could be a time to get some sleep. Sag hates to sleep. It's a waste of time. The March 20th eclipse, home and family are highlighted. April 4th, new friends come into your world. September 13th, career opens up new opportunities. September 27th, whatever begins now can skyrocket into something amazing. Capricorn, well, your 8th house is highlighted. So shared resources, partnerships, money, all of these things come under the microscope. Money, by the way, is a favorite topic of Capricorn. Money gets better. New ventures find solid footing. Love, family, socializing are going to be part of your life this year. Cappy hasn't had a good 10 years in love, but this year you could find the love of your life. Keep that in mind. June 5th, July 18th, July 13th to October 8th. This is when the single can find love, the divorced or the newly free can find soulmates. Saturn goes into your 12th house also during the mid-year. So let's be careful of getting involved in any kind of intrigue. It doesn't just have to be love. It could even be business. So be careful, Capricorn. Don't do the wrong thing at the wrong time. Stay away from intrigue. Uranus and Pluto are creating tensions, and don't let that be something that you're going to have to spend a lot of legal money on a year or two down the road. Home and family can be tense also. Power struggles come to light. The eclipses in April, the April 4th and the September 27th will bring these home and power struggles to the fore. Moving, by the way, is highlighted in September, as is renovation. March 20th and September 15th create big relationships in your personal life. In love, in family, there are changes abound here. Health needs attention. It's sort of an overall balance kind of aspect. Tests will be needed because you might not see so quickly or so easily what needs to be adjusted. It's time for some deep change in Capricorn. Get your head out of the material world and look to the heart. This year's time to develop heart. Aquarius, big news, independent Aquarians. The 7th house of partnership has Venus in it. July 31st and October 8th, to October 8th rather. New love, new business partnerships. All these things can be created, and especially the June and September time, you could find a very kind, loving person in work, in romance, in family, in help. You just have all these great time frames to find great people that will support you. I want you to be careful, though, that other people don't use you financially. Don't take people at face value. That's such a classic Aquarian humanitarian thing to do. By the end of 2015, you will be glad that you had been cautious. Friends, health, love, family are all on the upswing. Your calendar is going to be busy this year. You tend to march to the beat of your own drum. And this year, you may find people following you. You don't really care if you have them following you, but this year you're going to be a leader, whether you like it or not. March 20th, major investments are highlighted. April 4th, education, travel, spiritual work are highlighted. September 13th, loans, inheritances, and money are highlighted. September 27th, with Aries in your house of communication, you need to be a little bit more diplomatic in the way you express yourself. Health, holistic medicine, and functional medicine works best for you and your very unique and sensitive body. Pisces, last sign of the zodiac now, Pisces.
And you got plenty of time, too, now.
Oh, isn't that amazing?
Right?
Mhm.
So Pisces won't get cheated.
Yeah, the poor sign. It always gets nailed every year. Okay. Pluto has been creating endings and beginnings. It's time for you to let the past go and focus on the new. Many of you have been holding on to old relationships. Maybe there are issues with money. Maybe there are issues with children. Maybe there are issues with your own self not being able to let go. Pisces is a very emotional water sign. Well, new opportunities ahead. Neptune, your ruler, is in her own sign for the next 150 years, so you're going to be pretty happy. You have your own special magic, so I want you to embrace it and use it. You know, Pisces rules the worlds that don't use language. It rules the intuitive world, it rules the psychic world, it rules the unseen. So many of your connections are going to be soul-mated. I don't want you so much to listen to words. I want you to tune in and listen to what you feel. You see, in the past, you've made mistakes by not listening to your intuition. You've listened to words. One of the things you can see here with this Neptune having some deep squares to it this year is some of the words that have come to you have not been true. Because of the vulnerability and the pain of the past 5 or 6 years, it's possible that you believed some of those things. Time to let go, renew, attach to your intuition, and recognize who you are and what your sort of silent and special gift is. It's a great year, Pisces, to go into the spiritual world, meditate, develop your intuition, take up tarot cards, keep a dream journal. Did you know the dream state is ruled by the planet Neptune, therefore Pisces, as is the ocean? So we're going to find a lot of Pisces wanting to go to the ocean or the waters just to try to rest and relax and take a look at the past and look to where we might be going in the future. One of the goals Pisces might have this year is to, when I release my past, how do I heal? You're going to be putting a lot of energy into growth and career and yourself. Find out who you are, motivate yourself to go forward, heal your weak spots. Every human being, we come in with weak spots on purpose. We have to heal them. They're not meant to cover up. They're meant that we take a look at them and find a way to take that weakness and make it a strength. Look at your mistakes, forgive yourself, forgive others, and let go. You're very, very creative this year. Many Pisces are artists in one way or another. Explore your creativity, expand it, use it, heal yourself with it. Problems this year as far as health could be with feet and lower leg. Pisces has a tendency towards addiction. Neptune rules alcohol, for instance, or drugs and substances. Be very, very careful with your ruler having such dominion over this chart. It's a wonderful time to seek help if you need it this year, with drinking, with drugs, with any addiction. It could be spending, it could be sex, it could be video games, it could be anything. It could be gambling. So Pisces, it's time to heal once and for all. I want you to exercise because the endorphins also help your mind, your mental health, stress, depression, fear. And what's Pisces? One thing that drives me crazy about Pisces is they have an inability to see the truth. They tend to dramatize their pain and they stay stuck. Let go, Pisces. You have so much good here. So much. But unless you stop the drama, turn around and look, you're not going to see. And these nuggets of gold, these wonderful things in life will pass you by. Don't be afraid to look at the truth. Okay, so those were the signs. Now, I'm going to give you the eclipses, the planetary positions, some of the Mercury aspects.
Oh, good.
Yep. The eclipses. You know, it might take you 10 years to move something along in your life until that degree is hit by an eclipse. What will take you 1 year will now take you, 10 years will now take you 1 year. So the eclipses really move you forward. The eclipses will hit on March 20th. It's a total solar eclipse. April 4th, that's a total lunar eclipse. September 13th is a partial solar, and September 28th is a total lunar. The lunar eclipse tend to be very emotional. The solar eclipse tend to be very physical in the actions that you need to take. Mercury retrograde. Now we go through this every year, and I purposely left it for the end so that I didn't waste any sign time with it. The Mercury retrograde, let me give you the positions first. January 21st to February 11th. May 18th to June 11th. September 17th to October 9th. Now, Mercury retrograde, what does that mean? Don't sign contracts. Don't buy mechanical things, camera, cars, even tools. You'll wind up with a lemon. You'll wind up with a camera that doesn't work. You can buy clothing, and then you'll find out you take it home, it doesn't fit, or you suddenly decide that you don't like it or don't need it. The dress that you buy for an occasion, well, maybe the occasion was called off or you wound up with the flu and you didn't go. Mercury retrograde. Keep your calendar open, free. You'll find that there are accidents in the traffic, you're late for work, there are miscommunications. Okay, you're going to come over on Sunday the 12th, and then you remember the 12th, but you don't remember she said Sunday, and you look at the 12th and it's a Monday, so you show up on Sunday and you miss the Sunday because she screwed it up, but of course it's going to be all your fault. This is so typical of Mercury retrograde. So when this planet is backwards, rather than get in an argument, just say, okay, now what do we do from here? How do we fix it? How do we go forward? Remember, it moves mechanical parts. Don't buy things, especially big ticket items. Check receipts. Can you get a refund? Can you return it? Is it only store credit? Don't lose your receipts. Don't lose things. Don't put things down where they don't belong. You can lose valuable things during these Mercury retrogrades. Don't sign contracts. Put it off. People often call me and say to me, oh, but it has to be signed. No, it doesn't. Oftentimes you'll find the lawyers are backwards, or the contract's not right, or you have to reread it, or something goes wrong, and you will be very happy if you just put it off a bit. I just had somebody go against what we were telling them, bought a house with a Mercury retrograde, and she had a gas explosion in California.
Oh, boy.
The house was destroyed, so obviously, thank God nobody was home. They had not yet moved in completely.
Wow.
But she had moved half her furniture in, and the whole house
And you
blew
told
up.
her not to do it at that
We
point.
said, don't do it at that. Why don't you wait? You need to wait until
Can't
April.
do anything new during that time. No new relationships, friendships.
You know what happens?
Yeah.
Old people come back in your life. Old friends, old lovers, and many times you can clear up. Here's a rule for
During a Mercury retrograde?
Yes.
Really?
Think this.
Well, that's a good thing, I would think.
It's a great thing.
Sometimes.
You have to do something during this time, right? For 3 weeks. Rethink, rewrite, redo, reconnect.
You can, in other words, you can go back.
Go back.
You can take something old and make it new, but you can't take something new until the retrograde is over.
A lot of people renew their vows.
Really?
Yep. And this past February in 2014, I had a client for quite a while, and he messed up in love. And she had married someone else, and then he heard she divorced. And he said, so when for 10 years he's been saying, when do I get to see her again? And the aspect in the chart kind of popped up, and I said, give her a call. He said, I don't know, she's married. Well, she was divorced, and they got together, and they're getting married in
How
May.
nice. And this all started during a
Retrograde.
So it's really nothing new then. It was
Right.
something old
Something
that was
old.
taken from the past and brought about again. Interesting.
Yeah. So there's your Mercury retrograde. And the worst one is the cars. You know, a lot of the recalls, a lot of those people purchased the cars during the retrograde.
Bring the car back. There's something wrong with
It's
it.
going to blow up. Venus retrograde this year. Venus doesn't often go retrograde, but July 25th through September 6th. On July 25th, it was just squeaking into Virgo. It was one Virgo, and now it's going to go all the way back into Leo. But so from July 25th, 2015 to September 6th, no plastic surgery. No.
I don't have to worry about that.
No new wardrobes. Anything Venetian. People will say, oh, I'm going to buy these fabulous antiques, and I'm going to redo my ballroom, or I'm going to redo the formal living room. Don't do it at this time. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to your home. Anything Venetian, anything or any place where you want to create beauty, you want to start painting, don't do it at this time. You want to form a new band, don't do it at this time. It'll fall apart by September.
Now, why is this with, you said Venus?
Venus. Venus is what you value, and it's all things beautiful, and it also rules the arts.
So really no new anything at that time.
Well, no new Venetian things, let's say.
Venetian.
Anything Venus ruled. Here's an example. I had a man who restored old cars. And he restored old cars to be clown cars or funny cars. During the Venus retrograde, he always goes and finds cars and kind of makes them funny, ugly. And he sells them, and he sells them to clowns, and they're in circuses. But he'll use that time to make funny, ugly things happen.
Interesting.
Jupiter is retrograde. Jupiter is the planet of good fortune, but it also can make you overindulge. That's August 11th through September 19th. I'm sorry, September 9th. And what I find there is people with addictions suffer during that time. Jupiter makes you overdo something. So let's say you're on the wagon, you're not eating sugar, drinking alcohol, you're not overspending. You get a retrograde and people go bananas. That's August 11th through September 9th in 2015. Okay, Saturn, last one, Saturn. March 14th through June 15th, Saturn's in Scorpio, and then we go into Sagittarius. 6/15 to August 2nd, we're still in Scorpio, and on September 18th, we are back into Sagittarius. So Saturn moves into Sagittarius this year. Let me clarify that. Saturn moves out of Scorpio and into Sagittarius March 14th. It'll stay there until June 15th. It retrogrades back into Scorpio June 15th until August 2nd. And then by September 18th, Sagittarius, the great task maker, Saturn, it'll allow you to rebuild and create new foundations. It goes into Sagittarius for the next 2.5 years. So there are your planetary cycles.
Okay, well, very good. And we got everything in with a little bit of time to spare. Tell me, do you have any predictions for the city, the country for 2015? Anything interesting going to happen?
That's so funny you say that. I had a dream the other night that I must have been I was reading Edgar Cayce, and I must have been reading too much. And I was reading about the fall of Lemuria and Atlantis, of sinking into the ocean. And I had that image of New York City going right down into the ocean. But it was metaphoric.
Yeah.
It was the country, I believe, in the next election will rebalance. And I believe New York and the outer boroughs are sort of in that, it's a way station right now. We could go either way. We could increase ourselves in value, or we can diminish in value. It all depends.
All right, we'll see what happens then. And thank you so much for bringing your predictions. And I hope everybody enjoyed it, wrote down your little notes, and thanks for being here. Good night.
Thank you.